Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you for coming and welcome to GQUAT Traditions, home of the Garden Quilt and Art Show. I put that in there because what's a GQUAT Traditions? We talk about gardening, cooking from scratch, quilting, the visual arts, and traditions. So that's what we do up in here, up in here. Okay, let me look at the chat. Thank you, Unbiased, the early bird coming in. This something went awry. Try it again. And Sissy, Joanne Stevens, I see you and Uncle Roscoe are back from your chat. Oh, hello there, the cooking tail bougie prepper. For those of you who do not know, Lead Farmer 73 has a 1 week challenge where you cook every day with wood from your yard. So and I have my regular setup bag. Maria Graham is in, Juanita Campbell. It's my Renaissance grandma. Hey, Vanessa. Hello. If I missed anybody messing around, and Bougie Prepper is starting her fire using flint and chips of wood, like the Flintstones. Oh, at Bougie says at my Renaissance grandma. Denzel Cooper. Thank you, you guys. Okay, so Bougie is there. Up designs in the bushes, can't speak individually. I appreciate all of you in the bushes. I do understand that 4 p.m. Eastern time is the middle of the day, 1 o'clock in the afternoon in on the West Coast, and different times in between. I have to come in early and get out because uh, Nana Ellen has to uh, rest in the evening. I wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, but I'll tell you something. I've been studying and sweet them hello and researching. Always do your own research, and everyone has been talking about magnesium and what it does for you. I decided to get some. I said, well, it can't hurt. I have all these other issues going on, and maybe it can cut down on some of the medications I take. I don't take a lot. But if I didn't have to take any, I wouldn't, because every time you look at them, there's some type of complications. My aide, oh, she didn't make the cut, y'all. She gone. Said she was looking at my medications and she said pulled one up. She says that's not good for you. It does this, that, and the third. I said yes, but it overcomes the problems that I have. So I have to make a choice, either deal with it, like one of the medic. Oh, you guys, I'll wait until everybody comes in. The subject for today, I was going to work on a portable design wall. I talked about it a couple weeks ago. I just talked funny, Donzel. I know you're not Denzel, but if I said it, please excuse your elder. She's doing the best she can. Donzel. I know you're Donzel. You know why? Because I had a husband named Wanzel. And Sissy is speaking to everybody. Maybe I can get all the names in. Nancy, our treasured home. I know I didn't speak to you. I did not see you. And I hope I spoke to everyone. Pescatarian. I was watching you because I was in the bed with no glasses on, resting my good eye. I did have to go to the doctor today about some issues, but My issues are a little more complicated than even this advanced department. I'm going to put my tissue away. So I took the handicap bus and I went over there. The good news is that the specialist that did some of my previous surgery did not retire. He opened a private practice in another town, and I will be able to take the handicapped senior bus over there because they do all kinds of stuff and you can't walk or do things after. But today, we will not be doing the portable design wall. I'll show you why. Because look at it. You see it all broken up? I have the measurements on it. I cut the batting for it. It was going to be 17 inches wide by 52 inches long. Guess what? I fell down yesterday. I fell here in my apartment and I don't know how I fell. Either I tripped or I lost my balance. Sometimes I don't pick my feet up high enough when I'm walking, and down I went, down on the floor, on my hands and knees. I face planted, and when I was trying to get up, guess what? I fell again. I fell the second time, and ew. I know it's an ashy leg, but look at my knee. It's all bruised up and cut up. It was terrible. It was terrible. Pescatarian. That's why I was thinking about you. For your quilt, your squares can be any type of fabric. Cotton is preferable. And I know you have some of your mother's cotton, but if you want to put some clothing, cut it up and put it in there, you can do the same. And the reason I was thinking about you, ew, my boo boo. I had a boo boo. Those of you who said, you hope I'm feeling better, I feel like whiplash. I feel like a shaken child syndrome or something. I don't know. But I'm okay. I'm tough. Psalm 146 came in. Hello, and thank you. So I felt a second time getting back up. But going back to Pescatarian asking a question, we're going to be starting on a quilt. It's going to be a sew along. I will do some of it online. I'm going to get back to sewing. This quilt, allegedly, I was going to climb up, turn it around so you could see the back because spring is coming this weekend. Although it is not warm in Connecticut. It was 31 degrees this morning. And when I went out, I didn't have a hat on, I didn't have a scarf, and I had to sit in, like, not outside, but in a public area at Yale Hospital, Yale University Hospital. They have these big rotating doors for handicapped people and another one for people to walk around. And I was sitting there waiting for the handicap bus to pick me up, and I was like, ooh. I buttoned my little puff coat. It was just a little puff jacket. And I said, well, if I come back out before Easter, I'm going to at least put a hat in my walker and a scarf as a backup. Speaking of backups, and Nancy is so right. She said the weather is going to be up and down through April. Winter is still hanging on. Hello, Lordy. I know that's right. And this today was the day, speaking of being prepared and staying prepared. We'll go back to Bouger Prepper first, though. She had all her preps in order. She had her dry wood. She had everything. My vote is to go over and find out where the challenge is It may be on Lead Farmer 73's channel if there's a vote. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Look at this, you guys. 103 degrees in Arizona at my sister Joanne Stevens' house, aka my backup house, where my other garden is, and I can't even put anything down out here. Oh Lord. Rita Crystal Dragon Designs, thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. So I guess this design wall's not going to make it. Tell you guys a funny story. I was in North Carolina and oh, Rita said she'd be glad to mail boxes of heat. She said, "Oh, you're in Arizona as well." My sister is there in the West Valley, and I'm there usually a month and a half every year. Rita, do you know where Surprise is? Out in Surprise. Maybe we can meet up when I get out there. It sounds like it. Sounds like it, Rita. Oh, that is so interesting. Why? Because good friends become family, and family is everything. I have been prepping anyway, you guys, and I will. You guys in Arizona, Rita and Joanne Stevens, they're saying that's a bit too hot. Those of you who are content creators or would like others to find you, don't forget to put exclamation mark GQUAT to drop your link so that we can come find you and visit you. I have been prepping for other stuff. I have been growing inside. I can't wait to show you some of the things. I actually took a break this winter because you know, you know how you go in other chats and their giveaways and someone wins and they say, "Oh, Rita knows where Surprise is. She used to live in Rye." Oh, that is so interesting. Okay, let me pull this down without. Oh, you live in Coolidge. Oh, now see, I would be in a small place like Coolidge if I was there. I actually bought a condo in Bell over near one of the quilt shops that I really like. Just a little one bedroom apartment with a balcony, just because I can do all this. My sister has a very organized, very put together place. Me, I have lived like 8 lives. I'm enjoying this last one, and I don't always do what I'm supposed to do. Not always. And it gets a bit cluttery. When my daughter comes in, she looks, she says, "Mom, you need to purge." And I say, "I did purge. I got rid of my house on 4 acres, all my stuff, except for what's in here, my favorite things, and I'm using all of them." If I was the type person who was just, storing stuff, if it was in just piles and just unorganized, it's organized. It's just a lot. Hey, Evelyn Warner from Orlando. I would presume that's Orlando, Florida. Okay, I will show you. I oh, this was 8 o'clock this morning on the handicap bus in the cold, going to the doctor, the Department of Surgery, and he actually advised me that he would not be comfortable. No, he didn't say he would be comfortable. He said if it were his decision. Tina, thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you. He said that if it were him, he would go back to the doctor, who is a specialist in the two things that I need to have done, and has operated on me with all my complications before. Some of you guys know I woke up from a coma 2 years ago. But yeah, I'm just happy to be alive, still kicking the can forward, still growing inside. But going back to hydroponics, I decided to let you youngins win. I already proved in my head that I could switch gears and learn a new technique. 4 years ago, 2022, I entered the grow off, the winter grow off, and I won. Who would think that? I do have photos of some of my plants. That's what I was going to show you on the phone that I took today, because I dropped some seeds in hydroponics late. It's 31 degrees in Connecticut. I don't want bugs in the house. I don't want plants in the house. I did drop four or five Tiny Tim tomatoes, because I can always grow those inside, and the squirrels are going to steal them if I put them outside. I have plants in the hallway. I have let me show you. So these are some of my plants outside my door. I have retired and I live in a senior handicap apartment. I chose this over a nursing home. So this will be my nursing home. Oh, it was 10 years ago. Yeah, when I was sick. Yeah, but you know why I say the wrong dates? Because I don't even think about them. I So these are outside. I'm going to put the plant on the wall. I Not the wall, the painting. I got my neighbor to put some plants outside. Those are hers. Our doors are like 4 feet apart, and then others are down the hall. These are the things that I'm growing hydroponically. It's the light from my hydroponics that's causing this issue. So I dropped some seeds. I have romaine. I have some other stuff growing. Green onions. Oh, and I'm propagating a lot of snake plants that I will be sharing. This is my little hydroponics but you can see that the tomatoes have germinated already. Evelyn Warner said, "Yes, kick it. You do aquaponics with the fish instead of that." Funny story. My mother used to have beta fish. Well, one beta fish. His name was Red, and she used to clean his little vase out with a plant in it and talk to him. And she would go near this big crystal vase and, "Hi, Red, it's Grandma." My mother has this high little voice, right? "It's Grandma." And it was like this fish would say, "Uh-huh, hi, Grandma, meow, meow." It was the funniest thing. And that fish lived so, 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 so long. Tnog is Tnog is saying hello to Maria Graham. Let me see if I can show this. Yes. And we are just having a good time. We celebrated a birthday for my daughter, and the same. Everybody in the family cooks. I mean, cooks. Does catering on the side, including my 22-year-old mother. Maria Grandma saying hello. Egoamote, Mom. Oh, we were talking about, before I go over to that, telling about. Okay, so I got this. Pescatarians making a quilt, and my mother will be coming home from rehab, nursing rehab, hopefully by the end of the month. But she's going to have to give up that king size high poster bed, which she's agreed to, so that we can put a hospital bed in her room. Her bedroom in one of those big old Connecticut houses. Her house was built in 1900, and I think at one point it was a three family house. But when my dad bought it in 1973, he converted it to a one family house. So it's 3 stories plus a basement and a really big yard. And then he used to rent a yard down the street where we grew our vegetables. We always had a vegetable garden though, even when we lived in an apartment and were younger. My vegetable garden is in a community garden. But I just wanted you to see I've been planting. I have that little romaine, Vanessa, my Renaissance grandma, would be taking those little tender young leaves off and eating them. Okay, I want to show you some of the preps I made. I went grocery shopping between falling down. Oh, and hold on. Okay, here it is still. So I stacked up, I've got 2 packs of lentils, 2 packs of great northern beans, 2 packs of black beans, 2 packs of something else, 2 cans of canned chicken, and 4 cans of tuna for an emergency. Hey, Kelly, I bring it every day. Thank you for coming and welcome. So, those are my dry goods. This was my lunch today. It was chicken and rice and tomatoes and peppers. Actually, it was brown basmati rice. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. We did have the party for my daughter, and I wanted to show you. Oh wait, Auntie Joanne is in the chat. Can you guys see this? This is what you grow in Arizona, southern Arizona, and this is an orchid. But guess what? She has a whole orchid tree. I'll find the tree in a second. But I just wanted you to see that the bag that I made that's been sitting here for a while, I gave I gave it to my daughter and she loved it. Marie said that's a lot of beans. Yeah, but I'm just going to can them or just leave them dry, whichever I feel. But they're here. I don't know what's going on with the Gulf of Hormuz. I don't know what's going along with. I did put $30 worth of gas in the Jeep, and I already had some gas in it. It brought it up to half a tank. I went to see my mom on Sunday and came back. It's a quarter of a tank. I need to fill it up in case of whatever. Oh, here it is. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a whole tree full of orchids. And of course I have all of my grow bags out there waiting for me. You have the one thing that Rita says is hot there is about aquaponics. She grows year round. Plus, she has the dragon fruit cacti. I have a tiny dragon fruit cacti in my bathroom. You just have to harvest quicker than the lizards. Oh, Lordy. Evelyn says, we got to eat. I'm going to eat. I always have a stash, and I always have a stash to cook and share. Oh, this is what I want to say. Mommy was home for my daughter's birthday, and we had such a nice time. We always have a lot of food. We had a toast, a birthday toast. That was the prosecco, and some of the foods. But there was one thing that was really, we had a charcuterie board that my 22-year-old granddaughter, whoa, here it is. Can you imagine this? Well, the phone's going to keep turning it. There it is. The charcuterie board. My 22-year-old great granddaughter did that. And she also had these amazing white chocolate dipped strawberries. Can you imagine this? She does catering and all of the balloon arrangements, her mother did. My granddaughter does that part time, and she does hair part time when she's not on her regular job. They're talking about growing stuff. The drag fruit cacti is over, whoa, 8 feet tall. She has to anchor it to the chain link fence. Wow. Rita, send me your email because I'm going to find you when I'm out in Arizona shop hopping. I like to go to the secondhand stores. For you guys who don't know, a lot of people retire and move to Arizona because it's warm. They sell everything. They move to Arizona. Okay, thank you. They move to Arizona and they have, what's that city? Old folks city? What do they call it, Sissy? Where the elders don't even have to pay taxes. But here's the thing, they don't have schools like for young children. I think it's called Old Town. Sissy, put in the chat what that place is. And the thrift shops are there, but when grandma and them catch the bus to heaven, the kids come in and say, "Okay, we're going to call some collectors we're just going to clean the house out and sell it." It happens. Nobody has time for all that stuff. Ain't nobody got time to come in here, look in all these cabinets, look in all these drawers. We've been through this before. It's like, Ma, just we'll get some more. We'll get some more. Oh, Sun City. That's where it is. Sun City, Arizona. And there are some good secondhand shops over there. People come and just clean the house out, dump it out. The line to drop stuff off in the back is as long as it is in the front for people getting in to buy things. Oh, Rita said Sun City's not a place that she would live nowadays. Oh, we're not going to live in a condo or another thing. I was just talking about it as a place where you can go to shop. My family's not going to let me live somewhere that is not safe, somewhere where and I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm actually the only adult that lives in an apartment. They all have their own houses and condos, but I ran away. I ran away because I want all my own stuff, all my own stuff, and one by one, I will get rid of it. I had a big grocery haul this week, but I forgot I had an Amazon delivery. And when Amazon delivers a box and it says heavy on the outside, you know that it's heavy. Janet, you made it. I see you and James working on your house. When I see Lead Farmer talking about people going in from scratch because he has a mobile home on his property that he was talking about what to do with. And I said, you can take it back to the studs. I emailed him, but I said, you can take it back to the studs and put walls up, put new roofs on. You can make brick siding, underpin it with the brick. I've seen some houses that were made amazing, amazing, starting out with a mobile home or even a used mobile home. And I didn't. I just built one because I would just get rid of one thing and go somewhere else. You like the desert type of yard, aloe vera, the blooms are at the end of stems, 7 feet tall. The hummingbirds love them. That's how Auntie Joanne's house is. There's a little hummingbird retreat, and I I make my own nectar with sugar, cane sugar, and water, and no dye. Don't use that dye with the red stuff in it that you buy at the stores, you guys. Nikki said, Janet said, absolutely, you can use the basic frame and do almost everything with it. Drop your link in the chat, Janet, exclamation mark, GQUAT. She and her husband did that. She was up there on ladders. Janet is like 4 feet two. No, I don't know how tall she is, but she was up there on ladders doing stuff and moving things around, clearing things out. Oh, what did I plant? I planted some herbs over there, borage. I planted some borage and some kale and some in the hydroponics so I can get them going. I don't grow a lot of stuff because the squirrels won't let me be great. Exactly, exactly. Never put dye in it. In Arizona, there's a place where they have Sedona, Arizona. They actually have hummingbird retreats where see Donzel, I get tongue tied. Retreats where people come from all over the country and they look at all the stones and stuff, all the scenery to get there. It's amazing. And I bought like a hummingbird thing. It was so expensive for them to take the cotton out of and make nests. And I said, you know what? I have batting I can put out here. She says nothing wrong with 4 foot two. That you guys are cute. Rita says she's 4 foot five. My grandmother wasn't 5 feet tall. She was about that tall. My maternal grandma. My daughter and granddaughter are like 5'2". I'm the only runt in the litter, and my siblings. Auntie Joanne is like 5'7" and a half, and from there the rest of them go up. I come up to her ear when we're there. Sedona's a wonderful place to go. You like to go to that church and the road. Oh, we go riding. You took your first shower in the house last week. Whoa, that's big. But you can put a bucket and those camper things that they use in the van and do it. You do what you have to do. I have lived off grid, for those of you who don't know. I had to drill my own wells, drop my own septic tanks, do the tunneling to put the pipes in. I bought mobile homes at first just for a jump start to get in. I bought one double wide. Then I built houses. David, how you doing, David? He said he wished he could speak to everybody. He's working. I saw you this morning, David. No, this afternoon when I came home in my bushes in my bed, and you were planting one seed in the tomatoes and you were doing I couldn't see what you were taking out of your greenhouse and walking over there, but I watch you guys. The thing of it is, when the shorts come up or even the short videos, when you watch them on TV, you can give the thumbs up. By the way, don't forget to give the thumbs up over here, everybody, and give a sister a hands up so others can see the channel and contact each other, make things. I will be doing more creating I have some things over here that need to go out. Oh, and I have to get back to her. One lady's been blowing me up about a quilt. I have to go pull out, and she's already given me her home address, but I don't know. I'm checking on it. Where should where how much is it, where it's going, all that stuff. I take my time about that. I do my research, and my son is in IT. He's an IT supervisor, and I'm going to have him check out her IT address just for safety. Just for safety. So here is a journal cover in mud cloth. It has a place for a pen, and this is real leather, you guys. It's stamped to look like ostrich, but it's not ostrich. It's just calf leather. Because why? I make all the gifts for my family. And oh, I don't know if I showed you this. This is one of my paintings. It's a watercolor. And apparently I had it in this package to send to my grandson. He likes to collect art, and he is in Arizona. I'm missing David. Donzella saying hi. Janet is saying hi. Nikki saying thanks for hitting the like button. You love that print, and thank you. So the thing of it is, for those of you who want to quilt, if you want to do a quilt along with Auntie Ellen, I will be spending at least 1 week at the sewing machine, getting back to what I'm supposed to be doing. This one I was going to make for my grandson, and who graduated from the University of Southern California. Their colors are like red and gold, the USC Trojans, but this isn't quite that color, but it has some of the colors in it. I'll put his initials on it and put a pen, a nice pen cover, pen holder, and page holder. Going back to pescatarian, I will be deboning jeans. I'm collecting jeans. Oh, Maria Graham loves her journal cover book. She has one in the red. She bought one in the red and gold. So I will be deboning jeans. That deboning means that oops, deboning means that you cut the seams out, open them up, and make them so that they're usable. But I want to show you something. I have been taking so many jeans apart. Don't throw away the seams. Don't throw away the pockets. Don't throw away. This is a bag, and it's pretty heavy. You got your panel. Oh, the Route 66. I did that. I did that 1 year in Arizona, and I still have some of the pieces. I still have some of the pieces for the Route 66 quilt challenge. What that is, you guys, you go to you go to different shops, and they have a pattern. You buy the pattern or you buy the kit, and then you make it. You want to see how I debone the jeans? I think I have a video on it, Janet, but I can do it live. I can do it live. And you what you're basically doing is cutting all the seams out of the jeans to make them so that you have flat fabric that you can mix and match and put together all kinds of ways. This is why this place looks like this, you guys. I have one room, my own studio when I go to Arizona. Auntie Joanne can just come in and close the door. When I'm creating, it gets crazy. It gets crazy in here. For those of you who didn't see it, I just received that was a pair of red jeans. This was a flannel tablecloth, really nice flannel, 100% cotton from India. I'm going to cut up exclusively. I don't really like I don't really like flannel. It wears faster than cotton. Cotton will last you hundreds and hundreds of years. They have outfits and clothing and uniforms in Buckingham Palace that has been there for centuries. You just wash them and clean them. This is a piece of deboned jean where I just cut it in a star. It's probably going to go on a bag. I'm not sure what. But what the main thing is, when you're deboning him, you're just taking the seams out. I guess that's what you could call it. I have this one already, and it's a pretty big piece. It's doubled. Oh, yes, I do, because I put a flat piece on the back on the bottom. This was, I think this was going to be a bag, and I was going to put the star on it, and I have some leather labels now, compliments of Crafty Leo. I have some denim ones, and I also am going to make some labels on my own embroidery machine when I get a chance. But those of you who've seen, I could have just kept going. These are smaller blocks. These are 7.5 inches. The more seams that you have when you're sewing something, when you're creating, the heavier it is. I will probably make a rag quilt for my mother, because that's not the kind of quilt that I have made for her before. Also, you can just sew scraps together like this. I haven't finished this one yet. This quilt is called Grandma's Hands, and it's in memory of both of my grandmothers. One was a Native American healer, and my other grandmother, her mom had been a slave. So this is ready. I have put the binding on it. I just have to sit down in front of the window and hand sew it down. This will be one of my show quilts in denim, upcycled denim. I just want you guys to see what you can do with scraps. So that is turning scraps into art. And me personally, you can start buying ahead. A pescatarian, you can get it from Wally World. You can get it from anywhere. Get a big piece of cotton batting. I would get a king size piece. Why? Because you can piece off of it. You can piece off of it. Why go get a twin size, which is what, maybe 60 inches by 80 or 90? You buy a queen size, whatever's in the budget, and just have your things ready. Start putting them aside. For jeans, you do need a pair of very, very sharp scissors. I can put a link in the chat for the ones that I like. I've had the fancy quilting scissors that are like 65, 75, $80. They have tailoring scissors, I guess because they're for men, for $15 that are ultra sharp. And my grandmother, when she quilted, and she was a prolific quilter, she all she used was a needle and thread. She always wore an apron. She lived in North Carolina. They were farmers, sharecroppers. And she would have one needle, and she would have the thread, and hers was white. I usually buy off white or titanium gray. And she would sit, and there would be all kinds of people in the house, but her three daughters, or two of her daughters that were at home, and a niece would sit at the table, and they would pass the thimble around for like a really thick seam or something. You went thrifting and found one pair of plus jeans and a white jean skirt for $1 each. So you debone those and you mix the colors. I had a white jean skirt that my Renaissance grandma sent me. She sent me two big ones, and oh, did I make use of those? They went in my mom's quilt. So this next quilt, by the way, I will be using 10-inch blocks. Why 10-inch blocks? Because if you get tired of using the denim, you can buy, and often on sale, 10-inch blocks. They have stores called the Fat Quarter Shop where they sell fat quarters. I never bought fat quarters before now, but I don't buy yardage anymore unless I'm using it for backing. And I actually like to piece my batting now because it makes it more interesting. People like looking on the back of it, and it almost makes it like a king size quilt. Hopefully, I won't pull this one down. This quilt has, I don't know if you can see it. I'll have it turned around by next week. It has pieced backing, and it's really, 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 really interesting. Oh, you know what? Almost Homesteading with Janet is on here. Nancy, our treasured home, she sold her very first thing live on this channel about maybe a year ago. Now she's on there. She's making all kinds of stuff. She's making clothes. She's doing the darn thing. She is doing the darn thing. So I put out a call to my granddaughter who works in the schools here in Connecticut. And she said, Mom, Mr. Cedric just told me he had a pile of jeans for you. Mr. Cedric, Mr. Cedric is one of the family friends in security. He looks a lot like my brother Joe when they were in the Marine Corps when they were young. And he's very tall. He's like 6'7". So you get a lot of fabric out of his jeans. And Mr. Man is old school. He presses them. Mona did what? Thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. Ah, Mona, I was busy falling down and everything. And I didn't get to. I wanted to buy some of your scraps so bad. But you guys go to Mona's channel. She has auctions on Mondays and she sells all kinds of things. Hey, Hudson. Yay. Everybody give Hudson a hand. Actually, today was her closing on her house. I just remembered that you told me it was today, Hudson. I'm so happy for you. I've already seen the house on 34th Street. PIA just wanted to know that she's listening and driving and has that grandbaby girl. Gina, congratulations, Gina. She just got her certification for her pew pew. Oh, my crew. My crew. You know what? Good friends become family, and family is everything. I was telling someone at the specialty doctor's office today, a lady sat down, and Gina's saying, Happy Thursday, everybody. And she said, Sissy, you'll like this. The lady was sitting there with her husband, and she said, Miss, you look nice. You look very nice. I said, well, thank you. My children will be happy to know that I wasn't up in here embarrassing them or looking like I just rolled out of bed on my walker and rolled in here, you know. And I said, well, actually, my granddaughter bought my shoes. My daughter bought my top. Do I need them to buy me clothes? No. They just do it like a Mother's Day or special occasions. But I thought it was nice, and I think it's one of the things that we don't have exposure to sitting in the house on the YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, just genuine face to face reaction with people. You know, hello, how are you? The doctor came in and he was a associate professor, very skilled in his what his specialty was. And he came right in and he shook my hand. I'm like, oh, wow. It's been so long since people shook hands. He said, well, I'm a believer in what's going to happen. I've washed my hands before I came to shake yours. I'll wash it when I go out. And I think that what you bring to the universe is what you get out of it. And I really believe that. They're congratulating Hudson. I can't wait to see all that stuff she's got planted back at the apartment. I'm sure the community garden is going to be shut down. No need for that. I am just, you know what? I feel like a proud grandma. Like all of y'all are my kids. Actually, everybody in here could be. Could be. Good Lord, y'all. I'm almost 78 years old. So I could, yeah, yeah, I could be most of y'all's mama. That's why I call myself auntie. And I feel close to those of you I have gotten to know. I know who your family members are. I know who takes their mother to the doctor. I know whose mother goes around four wheeling. Don't I, Mona did what? You guys, all the stuff. I see you in other chats. Although at night I've been resting my eyes and some of the other things, trying to. Well, it's like a car, a 78-year-old car, like you see at the antique show. They need special care. I had all the shopping, me doing my shopping and moving things around in the cupboards, and I called one of my neighbors around who is a an adjunct professor at one of the at Southern Connecticut State University, and she was saying about her hours being cut, about having to put a $700, I think, starter in her car. That stuff matters. So I went to talk to her about something else. I said, girl, come on downstairs. Well, come get some more stuff. Because it's embarrassing. My freezer at the time, I have to use that clear packing tape. I have to use that to close my freezer. I have a small deep freezer in my bedroom I use for a nightstand. The refrigerator is stacked up. I went to the Indian farmers market last week, and it like if you buy onions, 3 pound bags, it's like two for $5. So I got the two bags. I only needed one. Then I got red onions, the big ones. I bought a 10-pound bag. I shared it with three neighbors. I just put it in a bag, put it on their door. They know who it was from. And then I got my ordered pack of groceries, and in it were small red onions. I'm like, oh boy. So I called her down, the same neighbor that teaches, and I took four of the small onions so I wouldn't have to half a big one. I said, just take the bag. I have fruit on the counter, and I bought today today I'll show you some of my photos. Why I don't put them on the screen, show you the screen, because I don't share like the family. I think this is cute though. This is me, my daughter and granddaughter. And that entryway with the parquet floors looks like the Boston basketball players floor. That's the entrance foyer at my mom's house. But I wanted to show you the food from today. That's the charcuterie board. And I started after I got all the beans sorted. You see, I'm making a fresh salad there, you guys. I washed all the lettuce in vinegar, what a pinch of vinegar, and a pinch of baking soda, or should I say, a splash of vinegar, and a pinch of baking soda. And I had some lemons that I was going to pre-squeeze, some lime, some fruit. Hey, L Triple G love, thank you. Donzel says beautiful family. I have a beautiful family and they're good to me. And you know what I use mostly for salad dressing? Sissy, I did buy 2 bottles of the Paul Newman red walnut vinaigrette like you like. I don't really like it. I put it on mommy's salad. I just use balsamic vinegar and extra virgin cold pressed olive oil. Why? Because I like it. I work hard, GQUAT. Thank you. I do. I do. And I especially love making things for my family and friends. Oh, and I was telling you about my friend with the groceries. So I went up there to bring her some things. Then I said, "Oh, just come downstairs." And she came downstairs and got another bag of stuff. And I'm like, I was going to take some more some potatoes. Some. I'm like, I need to cut down, you guys. I didn't have an aide since Thanksgiving, and the ones they're sending me just ain't making the cut. Gina, the one from last week is gone already, girl. So I've had to spend more time doing other things, which is how I fell, rushing around. Or I was bend when I bend over, I lose my balance with my one eye. Sometimes if I'm not looking at the horizon, I forget. And I couldn't stop the Titanic from going down. And yeah, so for dinner, I'm just going to have a salad with the romaine lettuce, some red onions, some cherry tomatoes. I already have cold pickled. I bought I bought two, what do you call it? English cucumbers. They're already marinated. And the carrots, use a vegetable peeler because there's something about chewing. I got a piece of carrot stuck, and Gina, really, really. I know we were talking about other elders and some of the aides. It was like, you got to go. You got to go. You got to go. Some of them don't even get inside the building. When they're coming, I wait downstairs. I watch them walking up. I call the agency and say, "Well, you know what? This is not going to work. They can't go anywhere with me looking like that. At least put on something looking professional. You're not coming here with your belly out and your navel ring in and your tramp stamp showing and your no, no. You can do it. I love it for you. I love it for you. I was young once. Auntie Joanne will tell you she better not show it in here, but I used to wear the Daisy Dukes in my 30s. I used to jog. But at a certain place and a certain time, you have to know when to change. And this is where you're going to work. I don't work for them, they work for me. Or hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. So while I was waiting today, oh my gosh, for the handicap bus to pick me up, one bus driver came in. I told him my name, and because these are buses that we pay for, we pay a limited amount, and they know who the passenger is that they are picking up. They know where you're going, and you have a history with them. Well, my driver came in. Evelyn Warner said, "Not professional." No, no, and there were a lot of other things. I tried. Lord knows I tried. I tried to be different. I even talked to my therapist about it, and she said, why do you think you have to help the world? Why do you think it's your responsibility? I wanted to teach her how to sew. I wanted to teach her how to crochet. Some of the things. Oh, sissy, here's a bribery. Here's a bribery. Oh, Janet, I know what you could do. Auntie Joanne, Uncle Roscoe love homemade foods, like when you're cooking and making your stuff and your salves and all that stuff. Oh, she would spill the beans. She would totally throw me under the bus. And she has some photos that she's taken of me in Arizona looking a hot mess. You don't want them at your house? Yeah. I don't go downstairs in the lobby with rollers in my hair or my bonnet on. You can't come to work like that. Not here. Not here. Sorry y'all if that's offensive. The way I act, that is just me and how I wear mine. And I had just have standards. And when we go in stores together, uh, no, just no, just no, not here. Janet, but thanks for the bribe. The picture good. Oh, that is so funny. You are so bad, Janet. Auntie Joanne and Uncle Roscoe. Janet said if the pictures are good enough, she'll drive there and make dinner. I'm under the bus. I'm totally under the bus and backed over and ran over a few times. Auntie Joanne and Uncle Roscoe have a big kitchen and they love home cooked foods. They love home cooked foods. And yeah, they will they will welcome you, Janet. You guys are so funny. When I see how you feel about me, I see how you feel about me. Y'all gonna tell. But I did do some crochet, and even though he's in Arizona, I mean California, this will be for my. Let me take this down. For my grandson, he is 30, but I figure it should last him 55 years. He won't wear it that often. It's just going to be a beanie, a crochet beanie for when he travels or goes to golf courses where there's snow on the ground. When I lived in California, out in this place called Rialto, from my backyard, I could see the snow caps on the mountains in California. But on the ground in my backyard would be 60, 70 degrees. It wasn't too far from the Fontana racetrack. Janice said, you make amazing smoked sausage, potatoes, and green bean what pot? Well, Janet, why don't you ride through here and I'll buy you a plane ticket to get there to do that. So you can cook for me first and then go over there, you and James. You guys are so funny. And it's already 100 degrees out there. Oh my goodness. Do you guys know what dust devils are? Well, I have been. It's almost like a tornado. It's a big strong wind comes up, the whole sky turns dark, and the wind, and you're enveloped in it. And then there's this crazy rain that comes down, like 2 inches in 1 hour. Just crazy, crazy, craziness, craziness. Well, Janice says, "Come on, deal." And I have something else. I have something else for you, but you have to pick it up and drive it back. Devora, thanks for coming in. You're about to get off work. Thanks for popping in to say hi and to give the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. I was telling somebody in the waiting room at Yale University Hospital, someone heard smoked sausage and came in. They're speaking your love language. Well, you and her are not that far away. You and Janet are not far from each other. Janet is in Ohio, and you are one state away in Michigan. So you guys have to meet up and get together. I just wanted to come in and say hello, you guys. I've got my sewing area reorganized. If I hadn't fallen down, I was going to oil Roxy, my industrial vintage machine, and I have the camera already set up over there. So next week you guys will be in for a treat. I will change my background I allegedly will not. Oh, Indiana. Janet's in Indiana. Oh, you're not in Ohio. Okay, well, you're still close. You're still close. And I will be working, and we're working. I'm working on all new content, all new things for you to see. Sam is in Illinois. Okay, I get all the states mixed up. Well, actually, it's just my memory. See, Donzel, Washington. I didn't just get your names mixed up. Maybe when you get old, the memory is the first to go. The first to go. Mother Ego Wamote. You guys, Sam has been here all the time. The kids are getting out of school and she's just in the background. But I know you guys are there because I can see the number of people came in and the number of thumbs up. So in American Sign Language, this is an I, this is an L, this is a U. Appreciate all of you. Thank you. I love you. Ego Wamote. Don't forget to listen for the outro so that you can share. Bye.